Thank you, Mr. Speaker. One of the first things this government did back in June 2015 was announce a wide-ranging adult learning review, but very little has been accomplished in 18 months, and now they've scaled it back to focus only on tuition. Now, when I talk with student leaders and administrators, I've learned that neither have asked for a tuition freeze. It seems they get it, Mr. Speaker. I wish the government did. To the Minister of Advanced Education, will you commit to completing a comprehensive review to look at the needs of the system as a whole, including financial aid, non-instructional fees, mental health, board governance, and amend the PSLA?
The Honourable Minister of Advanced Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. He is indeed correct that our government did implement a tuition freeze extension, and we're quite proud to be working to make sure that education remains affordable for all of Alberta's students, Mr. Speaker. In addition to the other requests that he's stated with respect to board governance, PSLA review, funding review, all of those things will be rolling out in the near future, Mr. Speaker.
For supplemental.
Would like to know when, Mr. Speaker. Now, every PSC stakeholder I talk with is asking for quality and predictability, but it's frustrating to hear the minister continue to promise certainty, but continually fail to deliver. On April 7, 2016, the minister said in this House, quote, "We are going to be conducting the consultations around the adult learning review so that post-secondary institutions will have certainty about what will happen to their funding," unquote. For the student groups and administrators are asking for a legislated tuition cap to grow at a rate of no greater than CPI. Again, to the minister, will you listen to students and amend the legislation to bring...
Thank you, Honourable Member. Minister of Advanced Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the issue of certainty that the member from Calgary Elbow raised, our government has provided certainty in funding we've provided 2% increases in the operating grants to every university and college, and we've committed publicly that there will be no surprises in the budget that we provide to universities and colleges next year. And in fact, it was just last week, Mr. Speaker, that the president of Mount Royal University was on television telling the citizens of Alberta that he's very, very pleased that our government has provided certainty and predictability to the system. I'm very proud of the work that our government is doing with that in that regard, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, another big challenge for Alberta's post-secondaries is board governance. This government keeps moving the goalposts when it comes to board appointments. First, reappointments were rejected. Then, long-serving board members were asked to reapply. And now the minister has put a totally different process in place. As a result, several PSC boards have lost members and are having a difficult time making quorum. To the minister, I wonder, is this delay caused by your inability to find capable people who share the NDP worldview? And how long are you willing to let post-secondary institutions and their students suffer?
Minister of Advanced Education.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And with respect to making students suffer, nothing would make students suffer more than implementing the policies of the Conservatives that are sitting across the way from me today. Making billions of dollars worth of reckless cuts would hurt students more than anything else that's being on offer from that side of the House, Mr. Speaker. With respect to board appointments, Mr. Speaker, we have changed the process of appointing party insiders and party donors to boards. We have opened the process. It is a transparent process, Mr. Speaker, and once we find the right people to appoint to those boards, they will be appointed.